everyone. Welcome back to Taipei for the second part of our special show dedicated to the Taiwanese cultural scene. Taiwan is ranked as the 10th most successful democracy in the world, ahead of the United States, France, and Canada. In this edition, we explore how the island's progressive values are reflected by its artists. In May 2019, Taiwan became the first country in Asia to legalize marriage for same-sex couples, and it remains the only one, a beacon of acceptance in an otherwise conservative region. Taipei has hosted Pride events since 2003, the largest and the liveliest in Asia.
I'm very proud of ourselves because we are standing here and we can just love whatever we want.
I'm proud to be a Taiwanese and I'm proud to be LGBT. Yeah.
The inclusive energy of Pride can be found year-round in Taipei's growing drag scene, where performers like Rosemary have found a home.
Usually when we do makeup, it takes around 1.5 hours to 3 hours. It's kind of like a mask. You put it on so you don't feel the rules of the society. I think that's why I like freedom to do whatever.
A lover of dancing and RuPaul's Drag Race, Rosemary began performing more than 5 years ago, when Taiwan's drag scene was still somewhat underground.
Now we got invited to many different venues and gigs. It's not just like pure queer spaces like gay parties. We can perform in other places. Taiwan has a special place in the Asian region. Even before the legalization of the gay marriage, everyone was like really accepting of gays, or at least not too aggressive towards us. And I think we actually have like spaces like that allow queer people to do things for years.
Not only is Taiwan moving closer to embracing the full spectrum of gender identities, it's also making progress in the fight for gender equality. In 2016, Tsai Ing-wen, a proudly single woman, became Taiwan's first female president. Still, Taiwan's Me Too movement only began recently, in May of 2023, sparked by a pivotal scene in a popular TV series. Wave Makers is about a campaign team in the lead-up to a presidential election, and its plot centers around the issue of sexual harassment.
I wasn't expecting the show to have such an impact. We often say in Taiwan, let's wait until we become a country, or we make peace with China before we talk about other issues. Many say that because Wave Makers put the issue of sexual harassment in the context of the political sphere, some staff then spoke out about being victims. It immediately became a major talking point in the election campaigns, and it drew a lot of attention and encouraged people from other parts of society to speak out as well. When I was at university, I wanted to do a show about the American writer Susan Sontag. So I contacted a poet. I admired his knowledge and the fact that he'd been friends with Susan Sontag. So when he came to Taipei, I went to his place to talk. And then, without my consent, he suddenly threw himself at me. And because I heard that he'd done it to other girls as well, I eventually decided to speak out. After the Me Too movement, the Taiwanese government amended 3 laws. We have more power now to refuse non-consensual contact. It's been a reckoning for all of society. But the law is one thing. Culture and the way that people interact is another. Asian society is still quite patriarchal.
Kingmaker.
Queenmaker.
Taiwan's culture is also shaped by its indigenous heritage. While the vast majority of the population has Han Chinese ancestry, over 2% belong to one of the island's 16 recognized indigenous tribes, each with its own language and traditions. Fulfilling an election promise in 2016, President Tsai Ing-wen, who herself has some native ancestry, gave an unprecedented apology to the island's indigenous people. Indigenous artists have increasingly been shaping Taiwan's music scene. Since 2018, the Pasawali Festival in Taidong on the southeastern coast has showcased indigenous voices. Abao is one of Taiwan's biggest pop stars. In 2020, her album Mother Tongue, sung in her native Taiwan, won the top prize at the Golden Melody Awards, Taiwan's equivalent of the Grammys. She's now a mentor to these young artists. In Taiwan, indigenous people make up just 2% of the population. So this festival is a rare and precious chance to make our voices heard.
Abao listens to the voices of the new generation and tries to amplify our work.
We caught up again with Abao at her recording studio in Taipei. Hi, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Can you tell me about the song you were just singing?
The song I just sang is called Kinakayan in Taiwan, Mother Tongue. It's a traditional song that we hear at weddings.
So you sing a lot in Taiwan. Can you talk about why that's important to you?
The younger generation of Taiwan have few occasions to use our mother tongue. So music is a good way for them to learn our language. They can remember the words and practice by singing.
And you said that you like songs that are educational. Can you teach me a few words of Taiwan?
Say hi in Taiwan. Davai, davai.
Davai, davai.
Yeah, good.
A+.
Good.
And the second one, thank you in Taiwanese, masalu.
Masalu.
Yeah, masalu.
Masalu about.
Masalu. 好，我们现在
Let's go down to the
去
studio and
地下室
listen to the
去
song
听
we
刚
just
刚我们
recorded.
录的这个声音 ，OK？
Yeah.
这个歌就是我刚
This song is comprised of the traditional melody that I just sang upstairs. And then underneath, we add another more modern melody.
After a discussion, we add a bit of house and techno elements and some instrumentals, and then add some special effects to the vocals to finish the song.
Throughout history, there have been many outside influences in Taiwan, whether they be Dutch, Japanese, or from mainland China. But as indigenous people, we'll always be the original inhabitants of this land. We try hard to promote our indigenous culture, which is a culture unique to Taiwan.
We end our show in one of Taipei's famous night markets for a taste of its many culinary delights, starting with a bubble tea. Said to be created in Taiwan in the 1980s, it's now a cultural icon. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon on Arts 24.
For the last 30 years, some women have been trying to reconstruct files destroyed by the East German secret police. They are known as the Puzzle Women.
Und wir waren ja dann auch neugierig, was da drin stand, warum sie ausgerechnet das vernichtet haben. Da haben wir dann angefangen, auch immer mal so Schnipsel zusammenzusetzen und zu gucken.
Each scrap of paper hides a secret, a story, a life.
Ob man die Akten überhaupt aufmachen soll, weil man befürchtet hat, dass man Wunden aufreißt, dass es Streitigkeiten.
Aus den Akten ist immer besser als nicht.
Watch Reporters Plus on France 24 and France24.com.